Pacers. It started there. A 109-100 win for Miami. A 2-0 series lead. How about Duncan Robinson? 7 of 8 from 3, 24 points for him. Heat as a team won 18 of 35 on threes. That broke their franchise record for threes in a playoff game. Elsewhere, 15-2 run to begin the fourth quarter with James Harden on the bench helped the Rockets cruise to a 13-point win over OKC. Rockets put up 56 three-point attempts. Harden, 21 points, 9 assists, 5 boards. Milwaukee needed a bounce-back win to even their series with Orlando. They got it. Giannis led the way, 28 points, 20 boards. Milwaukee a 15-point win. Giannis and Kareem, now the only Bucks ever with 20-plus points and 20-plus rebounds in a game in the playoffs. And then, as we mentioned, the Lakers finally got a win. Anthony Davis leading the way. Boy, was he good last night. 31 points, 11 boards. Lakers evening the series at 1 game apiece with a blowout win over Portland and adding insult to injury, or maybe injury to insult. Dame Lillard got hurt in the third quarter, down 30, by the way. It's a dislocated left index finger. X-rays were negative. That's positive. He didn't return. One way or another, the Lakers even the matter up. And as with Richard Jefferson with us this morning, so is Brian Windhorst. Windy, it is always great to see you. But RJ, I will start with you. We talked about this earlier, but a lot of people joining us here. The team you saw on the floor last night with Anthony Davis playing like that, does that look like a championship team to you?
Well, you know what's crazy is I still stand by this. I believe that the Clippers are the best team and they have the best chance to win a championship. But when I look at that Laker team, it's not going to be defined by Anthony Davis and LeBron James. They are going to get them to a spot. It's going to be defined by how well guys like KCP shoot, J.R. Smith, Alex Caruso, Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma had 14 points on 14 shots game one, and people were like, Kyle Kuzma didn't play that bad. It's like, how low is the bar set for their subs? If these guys play well, that increases their chances to win a championship exponentially.
The really interesting thought. One of the things about role players is there are no home court games really here anymore. We always say the role players are going to play well in home games. There are no home games. I don't know if that would mean we would expect them on balance to play better or play worse. Windy, same question to you. You've been following LeBron since he was in high school. Does this look like a championship team to you?
Well, I'll tell you what, I've never seen, and the Stats and Information Department backed this up, I've never seen LeBron score 10 points in a playoff game and his team win. That is a stunning, stunning development. And look, if the supporting cast can keep playing like that, I don't think they can, but if they do keep playing like that, it is a championship roster. But this really comes down to Anthony Davis. This was a get-well game for Anthony Davis. Greeny, the Blazers are starting an undrafted rookie at power forward in this series, Wenyen Gabriel. In the game one, he actually was so doe-eyed that he got excited that he got a bloody nose because LeBron James gave him the bloody nose. That was the guy that the Blazers assigned to Anthony Davis, okay? That was Anthony Davis's defender, and they lost that game. Anthony Davis has to be a beast. And yeah, it really is nice when Alex Caruso and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope hit a few threes. That's nice. But this is going nowhere if Anthony Davis doesn't keep playing like that.
So how would you describe Windy as one whose job it is to sort of put all these things in perspective and shape the narrative of the NBA? What is at stake here for Davis? We all understand what's at stake for LeBron. What's at stake for Anthony Davis in this playoff run?
Well, with all due respect to him, his playoff record is scattered. He's had a couple of playoff games where he's been absolutely unbelievable, and he's had playoff series where he's frankly not, looked like a top 5 or top 10 player in the league that we know he is. So here's the situation. This Lakers supporting cast is not the strongest. Individual games, they may do things, but what's going to carry them is Anthony Davis playing great. Anthony Davis needs to be the best and highest performing level teammate LeBron James has had in his career for the Lakers to win the championship this year. That's just the reality of it. He asked for this. He looked the Pelicans in the eye and said, send me to play with LeBron James so that we can try to win a championship. So this is what you asked for. This is what you got. The Lakers are depleted on their roster because they paid so much for him, so he's got to make it worth their while. It's really on his shoulders as much as it is LeBron.
RJ, after the game, there were a few questions to Terry Stotts, the Portland coach, about having Lillard on the floor down 30 late in the third quarter, and they asked him what was he doing out there, and he said he was playing basketball. And of course, he winds up getting hurt in that situation, so hindsight being 20/20. Do you have any issue with him being on the floor 2 minutes left in the third quarter down 30?
No, zero issue. Most of the time, what coaches will do, the last 2 minutes, they'll give you an opportunity to end the quarter, or they'll give you 1 or 2 minutes to see if you can make some sort of respectable push. So let's not all of a sudden question a man that has put his team in the playoffs 7 straight years. And Dame, you never know what Dame could do. Dame could come off and hit 3-4 straight threes, and next thing you know, the game is within reach. So don't all of a sudden start questioning this man that knows what he's doing. I won't do that, and anybody that does is a little disrespectful.
All right, fair enough. I like that. I'm glad that I asked. Let me show you guys my poll question. It's up on Twitter, at ESPN Greeny. I just put it up early this morning because the Warriors got the second pick in the draft. They become a very intriguing team with the possibility of trading that, bringing everybody back healthy. So my question is, which of these 3 superstars do you give the best chance to win next year's championship? LeBron with the Lakers, KD, who hopefully back healthy with the Nets in the East, Steph Curry in that group in Golden State. Windy, as you look at what the Warriors have, and I'd love you to quickly encapsulate what the Warriors do have, what's your answer to the question as you look at it there?
This is a tough one, Greeny. I commend you for coming up with this. I don't feel strongly about any of them. I guess I would go with LeBron because of Anthony Davis. I think he's the best number 2 that they have out there, and I also don't know what Durant is going to be. The Warriors have good news and bad news this morning. The bad news is that this is not a draft that's stocked with franchise players. So I don't think they're going to be able to really command a huge price for that second pick if they trade it. But the good news for them is that there's an indecision over who's going to be the top pick. So they could get, depending on what the Timberwolves do at number 1, they could get multiple bidders on draft night or leading up to it because the number 2 pick will have value amongst this particular group. So the Warriors are definitely going to come back strong, and this is an asset for sure.
Okay.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.